So, hey guys, yes, Abbas.
Sorry, እንትን ታይም ማኔጅመንት ፕሮጀክታችን ላይ
Okay.
አንድ ቦታ ላይ 4 ታስኩን ተጉትና 11ን ላይወርድ ይችላል። አንድ ቦታ ደግሞ 5ቱን ምረጡና 11 ማስቀመጥ ይችላል ነው።
So, አጠቃላይ ስንት ታስኮች ናቸው?
የላይኛው ሳይጨምር 16 መሰለኝ፣ ያንኛው አልጨመራችሁም መሰለኝ። ከላይ ለብቻ የተጻፈው።
Okay. So, okay. Actually, I think Emilian is responding to that question on Slack. እየጻፈ ነው. I think አይቼዋለሁ እየጻፈ ነው. So, he will respond. I think it's better. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. So, okay, sorry. So, yeah, hi everyone. I think Abbas, your mic is still on. And you mute it, I think. Yeah. Okay, good. So, hi guys. Hope everyone is having a good day. Good afternoon. So this is our daily stand-up. Oh, sorry. Actually, this is the Q&A session where we discuss any blockers or any issues that we have faced and try to solve them. So, so this is more of you guys talking. So I will give the floor to you guys. Yeah. Okay. So who wants to share? So anyone who is an error or a blocker or have any question, please raise. So I think Emilian is here. So Emilian, there was a question for you from Abbas. Abbas, can you repeat the question, please, for Emilian?
Okay. Please, Abbas. Okay.
You can continue, Abbas. You are on mute, Abbas.
I think I've seen the question on Slack as well. I've been trying to answer the question, Abbas, if it's the same question with give me a sec, with the current challenge about, I'm finding it on Slack, but you asked about the task being 4 and 5, right? If you can hear me.
Yeah, something like that. I think there's two different things on two different documents, I think.
All right. So let me highlight let me try to answer on Slack. Then I will get back here to give the overview of it. Seems like people are being confused with it. Give me a sec.
Okay. In the meantime, guys, please try. So if you have any questions, it could be anything related to the training. It could be about anything. It could be about 10x. It could be about the grade. It could be about challenge document as well. If you have any questions, please ask. We are here to help. So please take the floor. So Emilian, I think there's another question for you as well. Emilian, on the comment.
Yes. Okay. The task description for the challenge is found, Maria. The task description is found on the section 7, which is written like exercise, like what you have to do. Is it clear? Let me pass it in the chat box here.
Okay, so Miriam, did you find it on that section you just mentioned?
I'm not sure. Okay. Okay, you shared it, but I can't really find it in the in the resources, or I don't know which
So I think it's in
channel.
the challenge document itself. So have you checked it in the challenge document itself, the non-technical challenge? So
Okay,
under module, there are two, under the content, there are two modules for week 0. One is the technical, which is, I think, the solar panel, the solar challenge. And the second is the non-technical, which is time management. So have you checked that out?
Is it a Google Docs document?
So yes and no. So on, like, I'm specifically speaking about the on the 10x KM 10x. After you log in and go to the content or the module, there you will find the module, which is, you will find two modules, one for the technical and the other for non-technical. So if you are in a good place to share your screen, I think I can walk you through it, how you can find challenge
All right.
documents on 10x. Yeah.
Yeah, but I can also share the link here just for you.
No, I think it's better to to get familiar with the system as well. But yeah, you can find it here as well. Okay, so go to module. So yeah, on the time management. So here, if you scroll down, yeah. So I think you passed it.
Yeah, I think this is the one, right?
Yeah, here it is, the 15. Yeah, the 15 tasks. Yeah. So anytime you will also find that Google document. I think we will also email you the link to the drive, but also you will find it here on the 10x platform.
All right. Thanks so much.
Okay, cool.
Adding something else, if you go up, you scroll up again, you will see where they describe the tasks to be done, deliverables and tasks to be done. There's a short background of how you do the task. Then it's followed by the series of tasks.
All right. Thank you, Amelia.
Okay, great. Sorry about that. Let me just change the spot. Okay, so can you hear me now?
Yes,
so I think Arab actually raised a question. So he said, what's the difference between the interim submission and the GitHub submission? So actually, I have also written to you on 10x. So on interim, as the name suggests, it's not the finished work. So it's just to show you progress, what you have done so far, and to show that you have progressed and you have and your plan for the coming days or for the final submission. So on the start day, you will have normally on the third day, but now on the 5th day, you will have a interim submission, which is just to say, I have been doing this. This is the result I have got, and my plan for the future of the coming submission is to do this. So interim means just not the finished, but the work in progress. And the final means, which is just the final work you have done. So all of the work you have done from task 1 up to task 3, you will submit on the final. But let's say, so for this week, it might be easier for some of you than the others. And if you have finished everything by the interim submission, you can always submit the same link, GitHub link for interim and the final. But for the futures, it might be a bit like it might take you some time. So that's what it stands for. Is that clear? Good. Okay. So any other questions? Any other blockers?
I think I got the answer for Abbas. If he's still here, Abbas, if you're here, are you here? Let me confirm before I answer your question. But maybe I can answer it just in case there's anyone who has been confused as well. Abbas did ask, like in the time management project, he has been a bit confused because the section says to select 11 tasks and leave 4 remaining. And has been confused about the numbers. But here, what we mean here, the exercise is to have the overall task. We have 11 tasks. So you choose among the 11 tasks, 4 of them. If you can see on the exercise to be done, there's all description of 5 tasks, how you have to do it. Abbas?
Yeah, maybe it's also good to also share on Slack.
Yeah, I did share it on Slack. I think anyone else who have the confused can always check the thread with Abbas. I will share it again on public to view for everyone.
So Abigail, yes, please. So I would urge you guys to submit both the interim and the final submissions. So as I've said, yes, Abbas. Okay, you can. Okay, I understand. Okay, so let me ask him. So Emil, would you repeat for Abbas?
Emil,
Emilian, if you are speaking, you.
what time is it?
No, I wasn't speaking.
So Abbas is here. So could you repeat?
Emil?
Oh yeah, Abbas.
Okay.
Sorry for the
My
challenge.
question, yeah, my question is, one part it says select 11 task games, 48 is the forward, and in the other place it says select 11 and the remaining 5.
Okay.
Okay, so which one is which one work for me?
Okay, I get you. So to make it easy for you, you just, if you can be checking on your challenge on a document, there's number 1. You have to distribute 11 chosen tasks into 3 columns: the high priority and the medium priority and the low priority as well. Then that means if you have a total of 15 tasks and you have chosen 11 to be put into high priority, medium priority, and low priority, that means you have 4 remaining. That's what we meant, like on number 3. You have to you have the remaining 4 tasks which you decided to do not work on today. Do you get a point?
In the strategic decision making part, trainers are asked to explain why they choose not to work on each of the remaining 5 tasks. It says.
I'm not getting you well. Like, you end up breaking.
in the part strategic decision making. In that part, it says trainers are asked to explain why they should not work on each of the remaining 5 tasks on the given day. Not say 4.
I can't be able to hear you well. Can you type maybe in the chat? But just in an easy way for you to understand, just consider the all 15 tasks. Then number 1 exercise, you distribute your chosen 11 tasks into 3 columns. Then number 2 is about planning your day using Google Calendar. And then exercise number 3, you have to there is a remaining of 4 tasks. And this task, what you have to do with exercise number 4, you decide to not work on today. Then please explain why you chose to not work on those remaining 4 tasks today. That's the exercise number 3. Then number 4, from the time management strategy shared in the tutorial, which one did you choose to use while using this exercise and why? That's number 4. And the last exercise here, what reflection do you have on your experience from the exercise, particularly focusing on how you manage your time during the day? So that's the overall exercise. I don't know if you got me.
Check marking rubric part.
For the marking rubric. Okay.
Yeah, that's the strategy decision making. It says the 5 tasks.
Checking that. Okay, I will get back to you. Let's just go to there and get back to you on this. On Slack, right? Is that fine with you?
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So I think I can see other questions as well, but Abbas, before that, can you mute your mic? It's waiting on echo. Yeah, thank you. So Abigail said, is it necessary to submit the interim now? Then, of course, the interim, you can still submit the interim, and I would really suggest that you do so, Abigail. Do you mean we submit a single GitHub link for all 4 tasks? Yes. So you're gonna do all of the tasks on one repo, right? And you're gonna, okay, so I think you already have the answer. Okay. Before Emilian, please tell us a bit more about the final report. Can I build up on the interim report? So, or do you have, do anyone? So you have like a, Emilian, 1 second, please. One minute, let me answer this one. So, Miriam, so the 2, like you will build up on the interim, but in a different file. Okay. So what I mean by that is it's not a different, like a completely different thing that you're going to do on the final, but it's just a continuation of like following the plan of task, like the interim submission. So for instance, for this week example, I can give you an example for this week. So let's say for the interim, you have submitted on the report, like what you have done for task 1, and for task 2, what you have done, and what you are planning to do for task 3, your strategies, and what strategies you are planning to use in order to clean the data, what strategies you are planning to use in order to do, the imputations, and so on and so on, right? So that's the plan, and you have also shared what you have done so far and your plan for the final. So interim normally have what you have done so far, what you have understood first and foremost, both on the interim and the final. You should always start with what you have understood. So what you have understood about the project and what needs to be done, right? So for this week, you have understood the challenge, which is about the solar, the Moonlight or the Moonshine company is planning to have a new to install a new solar panel, and they're trying to find the most efficient place to do it. And you're tasked with giving a data-driven recommendation based on your analysis and what you have done so far. So that's your understanding in the issue, or the problem. So then comes what you have done in order to answer that. So on the interim, you might, so for this week, we have suggested that you go with the task one and the task two. So you start with, you start with the GitHub setup. So you have set up the Git, like you have signed up, created the repo, cloned it to your local, followed the like organization, the repo organization, as we mentioned, and then you went ahead and loaded the data, and from the data you did statistical or profiling. So you just try to check the profile of the data. You have identified some things, and then you have tried to find the missing values, their percentage, and so on and so on. Maybe after seeing that there are outliers, maybe you have submitted the time is there, like the submission. So after that, you may need to include in your plan, what you are planning to do, or the plan or the strategy you are trying to follow in order to account for that, right? So I'm planning to use product field imputation for this, for like the cleaning because of this, right? So this is just an example. You don't need to do it exactly like this. That's just a rough example. So I'm planning to do this, and for the future, like for the upcoming submission, I'm planning to do the comparison and streamlit it, and I'm gonna follow these strategies and done, right? So you submit your entry. So after the entry, you still have time to do or to work on the final. So for the final, you already have done task one and half of task two, so you're gonna start with half of task two, right? So you're gonna finish based on your plan, and you're gonna do task three and the bonus task. So when you do the final, it's not like a complete. So if you have done research, so there's proposal and there is the research itself, right? Of course, this is not a good example, so I'm gonna drop that. But so when you do the final, it's not going to be a completely new project, but the full work of the project, which means from task one, task two, task three, and if you have done it, the bonus task as well. So in your final document, you're not going to of course, you already have written about task one and what you have done for task two half. So you can take that, copy and paste it, make some adjustment to make it like the final, and then continue what you have done. And if you have changed your strategy, you should always also account for that and write out. So this is just an example, but I think we have shared in our resources just what we expect in both in the interim and the final submission. So you can check that as well. But like I gave you this as an example just to show you that the two are not completely different. They just represent different timeline, right? So the interim means a work in progress. So what you have done so far, but the final means the whole work that you have done, which is the complete work. So like in the interim, you might not have, like recommendations because you're not done with the project yet. You have not done the comparison. You have not done anything like that. So you might not have the conclusion and the recommendation there. But for the final, since the project itself is for you to give a recommendation, you might include it there. So they two have different contents, but they're not completely different. They just represent a different timeline. So is that clear, Miriam? Yeah. So is entering basically a report of the plan for the final? No, Abigail. So of course it has a plan, but interim means what you have done so far. So if you have done task one, in task two, you will write them and your plan for task three. So it has a plan, but the whole project report is not about a plan, but it includes the plan for the final, for the coming submission, which you have said, but it's not directly all about the plan. So interim means what you have done so far. So it just represents a different timeline, what you have done so far and what you are planning to do for the rest of the project. And then on the final, you will do all of them. So Abigail, is that clear? Okay. Yeah, good. I just wanted to clear that up. So Emilian, the floor is yours. Emilian, if you are speaking, you're on mute.
Can I continue?
Okay, is it for me or Emilian?
I like it.
Okay.
Presentation ምናቀርበዋለን ወይስ?
So what do you mean by that? So is it like, are you asking for to continue with week 1 or just the normal schedule?
ፋይናል ሪፖርት ምናቀርበዋለን አይደል? ለሱ መጨረሻ ላይ ፕሬዘንት ምናደርገዋለን ወይ ነው?
So basically, no, there is no presentation. Just the short answer, there is no presentation. But your report is going to be like a presentation, just a report. So it's not, there is not going to be a presentation, but starting from week 1 on Wednesdays, like for example, so the coming Wednesday after, like before we start. So there is an echo, Abbas. I don't know how that's happening. Yeah. So like for now, just know that there is not going to be any presentations. But for futures, after you start working on it and get comfortable, you can present to your peers and to your tutors on the stand-ups on Wednesdays. But there is no presentation for this week. So Emilian, we are waiting for you. Yeah, okay. In the meantime, I think, is there any other questions? Are there any concerns or questions or any blockers while you were doing your project? So everyone, just know that, just to make some clarification. So just know that, yes, Emilia.
Yeah, sorry, I'm back. So I think Abbas, I've been able to find where you were confused. So the number 4 in the rubrics, don't consider it. I mean the number 5 in the rubrics, just consider number 4. The remaining task number 4, that was a type in the rubrics. So if there's anyone who got confused with that, you can consider number 4, like 4 as the remaining tasks. I think we are together now, Abbas. Amazing. Thank you.
Okay then. So Firo, you're not late. You're on time. So do you have any questions? Any blockers? Firo Yadesa, if you can continue, if you can speak, please. If you cannot, you can always write. But so if there is no other, like I would like to actually, yeah, just till a question is raised. So I just wanted to have your insights or comments. So how was it so far on the week 0? So any comments that you want to raise, please do.
ሰላም ኬሮድ ይሰማል?
ያ ይሰማል።
ፊሮ ነኝ እና ትንሽ በተለያዩ ምክንያቶች ሚስ አድርጌያለሁ በፋሚሊ ኬዝ እና ስቲል ሌት ነኝ ኦር መቀጠል እችላለሁ የሚለውን ነበረ። ዲስኳሊፋይ ምናምን የሚደረግ ነገር ካለ ምናምን ብዬ ነበር።
Okay, good. So you still have time to submit. So the interim submission date is not still over. I think you still have till midnight today, and for the final as well, you will have until Thursday midnight. So you still have time to submit. You're not late.
ኦኬ ኦኬ። ሌላኛው ጥያቄ ደግሞ ላይክ ኦኬ እሺ፣ ቴንክ ዩ
You can go. It could be technical or anything. You can ask if you want.
እንትን ሪፖርት ምናምን የምናደርገው ላይክ ያለበትን ስታተስ ትንሽ እንትናችሁን ስገባ ሌቶኝ ስለገባው ነው እና ማለት ሪፖርት የምናቀርብበት ወይ ላይክ ምናምን ምን ድረስ ነው? እንዴት ነው? ላይክ ያ ፎርማሊቲ አለው አይ ነው፣ ግን ላይክ ምን ያክል መሄዳችን ምኑን ጀጅ ለማድረግ ነው የሚለውን ነገር እንትኑን ስኬሉን ለማወቅ ብዬ ነበረ። ማለት ምን ያክል ከቨር ማድረግ ነበረብን ምናምን የሚለው።
Yeah, sure. So if you have checked the assignments, there is rubrics, right? If you have checked the assignments on 10x, on KM 10x, there is assignments. So there is rubrics. So everything you need to know about what we look for in your report, what we look for, like in your work, you can find it all there. So it's very easy. I think it's very easier to write the report knowing what you will be judged on. So you can find everything about this week's project, what we are looking for it, and everything. And the second way you will know is just to follow the tasks. Like if you follow the challenge documents, you can see the issue, and you can see what they need. So what your company is facing, the challenge or the problem, and you'll see what they want. So based on those two inputs, and by following the tasks, what you need to do in order to answer, you can just formulate the report from there. So just start from the problem statement, what you have understood or project understanding, and then go to like your plans or your methodologies, what you're planning to do, and after that you can go to your star analysis. So one thing I have noticed is some of times we forget to include the charts that we have made using the notebooks, which is really bad, because it's much easier to communicate your insights if we're using a chart than words. So instead of saying I have created a bar chart by using for GHI and NHI and DI, it's better to show the bar chart and to explain what the bar chart is showing, the result that you have seen from the bar chart. So always remember to include visualization. So all of this is written in the rubrics. So visualizations, problem understanding, your analysis, your findings, and recommendations. So these are the four top things, and grammar, of course. These are the top things that we look for in a report. And the third thing that you can refer to is if you go to the hashtag all resources channel on Slack and scroll up, I think there we have also shared a template for the report. So you can also read it and try to follow that. Yeah, okay. Are there any additional rounds, or should we consider the current grade as final? I want to make sure I understand the scholarship process. So Hanan, yes, there will be a final, just checking by the tutors, reviewing, and then you will see the returned grade, which is going to be your final grade. So if you have concerns about it, if you feel that it's not fair or it's a bit lower, you can write in the comment right there on the assignment. There is a comment section. You can just write there saying that I want a manual review for this, and we will check it as soon as possible. So Hanan, yeah, good. Okay, Abbas, you can continue.
Okay. አሁን ለእሱ ስታወራው ጥያቄው ትዝ ብሎኝ ነው። ማለት አሁን ለእያንዳንዱ ለምሳሌ ለሂስቶግራም መስራት ለባህል የተለያየ ቪዥዋላይዝ የሰራናቸውን እዛው ላይ ኤክስፕሌን ማድረግ ነው ያለብን ወይስ ፋይናል ሪፖርት ላይ ነው ሁሉንም ማቅረብ ያለብን?
So it's clear. Abbas, I think there is some echo.
አይሰማም?
Echo አለ, like if you can mute it.
እሺ ያለውበት ቦታ ስለሆነ
Yeah, like I heard like the question, but respond ሳደርግ echo እያደረገ ይመለሳል።
እሺ ጥያቄ ከሰማይ ላጥፋው ሚት ላድርገው?
Yeah, okay, cool. So I just wanted to clarify that. So on the interim, if you have done it, you can also share it, what you have done, the insight that you have got. But for the interim, it's just to show your progress. It's not the final. So you can show, of course, we also expect that you do it and show. So I think in the interim as well, if you check the what's called the rubric, it also expects us to have some, sorry about that, to have some visualizations. So if you have done on task 2, there are some visualizations, so you should include them and tell us what you have found, what you have seen. And based on, so these visualizations, especially the box plot and so on, will show you that there are some, outliers and so on. So based on this visualization, I have identified some outliers and I have done this in order to clean them up and so on. So you should include them. If you have done any visualizations on task 2 or on the interim, you should definitely include them. And of course, also include them in the final, because the final, just think of it like this. So you're presenting the interim to us and you're presenting the final to your boss. So you cannot say we have presented or we have included the interim, like the visualizations there, so I didn't include them in the final. So if the final is the complete work, the interim is the progress, what you have done so far. So for this week, it's task 1 and task 2. So on task 2, there's analysis, right? EDA. So on the EDA, there are some visualizations. So this means we expect them to be in the interim report as well. But for other projects, if like, of course, we always do EDA, but for some reason, if there is no EDA and there is no visualizations, you might miss or skip them, right? But task 1 and task 2 is to be included in the interim report, and on task 2 there is EDA or analysis that you should do on the data, so you should account for that on the report as well. But that doesn't mean you should exclude them from the final, because the final means from task 1 up to task 4 or task 3 for some. So is that clear, Abbas? So you build upon it, you don't build another one. Okay, good. So Miriam, that's easier. So if it's still exists, you should do a better, like a deep research on it, why it's happening. So the median is not the only way to do it. There is the forward field, or you could also drop them. So what I like to do in these situations is, so I would like to try to understand the outliers, right? So if it is data, we should take it seriously and try to understand it, why it's happening. Because is it sensor failure, like we have seen? I think you have also pointed out the negative values being a sensor issue. So is it something like that, or is it because of a sudden sun ray that spiked, like the sensors, or is it something like that? So you should try and identify the source, and if it is like the sensor issue, and if it is very small number of outliers, you can remove them as well, instead of just inputting them. But if you still input them, try to choose to input them. And if they are still outliers, so I don't know how they could be outliers, because if you choose the median, they should not be on the outliers. So first you should check. So you should recheck the data to see if the values actually changed, because Just because there is a code and you have run it, it doesn't mean it worked or it's worked as you hoped for it. So I would suggest to check those data points if they are changed or not. If they are not, you should check the code. Or if they change it and you're still getting outliers, you should definitely check and change your like solutions or approach. So is that clear, Miriam? Okay. Are those interims due today, or is it just for the time management? So yes, the interims are due today. The time management is not. Yes, it's also due today. Yeah. So all of them are due today. So normally what we do is, so the interim was due. So Abigail, just to clarify, so due and closing are different things. So for the interims, the closing date is today, not the due date. The due date was on Sunday. Now is the closing date, which means after tonight, you might not be able to submit. But for the time management assignment, the due date is tonight at midnight, but the closing date is going to be on Thursday. Yes, those are both the same. Yes, I just said yes. My time management, you should submit them today. But the I mean the due date, but closing date is on Thursday. So you will have 48 grace period, 48 hours grace period. Okay, cool. So so any other quick questions? These are really good questions. And thank you for those who are participating. And for the others, do you have any questions? If not, I would like to hear your experience. So it's just 15 of us. So if you can share, if you cannot talk, you can write as well. Just your honest opinion about the week zero challenge and what you see, what you have noticed. So Abbas, if you can start us off.
ልቀጥል
Yes, please.
ይሰማል?
Yes, ይሰማል.
የጊዜሮ አስተያየት ነው ያለው ያልከኝ? እኔ ጋር
No, if you have any.
ማለት አሪፍ ነው። እኔ ወድጄዋለሁ። ቻሌንጆችን ያሳየናል። አዲስ ደግሞ ያላገኛቸውን ነገሮች እንዲያደርገናል። ሲቀጥል መልቲፕል ታስኮች እንዴት ደግሞ በትንሽ ቀን ውስጥ መዘጋጀት እንዳለብን አሳይቶኛል። ከምንም በላይ ደግሞ ኢፌክቲቭ ታይም ማኔጅመንት የተሰጠን እሱም ስለሚረዳ ዊክ ዞሮ በጣም ለኔ አሪፍ ነው ብዬ አስባለሁ። ትንሽ ቢከብድም ሞር ፎከስ እና ኮንሰንትሬሽን አድርገን ሪሰርቾችን በደንብ እንሰራ ከሆነ አሪፍ ይመስለኛል።
Yeah, okay, good. Thank you, Abbas. Okay, Abigail, do you have anything to say? Anything to add? As well as Bezawit, if you have any. Yes, Emilian?
Yeah, I just found out there's also another confusion. I just want to make it clear about the statement saying attend the stand-up, the daily stand-up at 9:30 UTC. So don't consider that as part of the task, the list of the tasks. That's just a statement for to attend the stand-up, but the list of tasks are just 15. And you only choose 11 to be put into high priority and low and medium priority. Then the remaining 4 will be the one considered for the other task. You can just read this description. I've made it clear for anyone who is just having this confusion. I think Abbas, we have made it clear on Slack as well for that, and anyone else. Thank you. I hope you have understood. Okay. All right, amazing. Thank you. Over to you, Kira.
Okay, yeah, okay. So, yeah, so I'm still waiting for, so I think I'm seeing a couple of comments on the message. And if there's any, just feel free to give. I think I would really like to hear from you guys. But just as a final note, I would like to encourage everyone to submit whatever they have, even if it's not the complete work. It's definitely better to submit something than not to submit. So I have seen that a lot of some people might feel like if they have not completed, they will not submit or something like that, but that's wrong. Just submit as much as you can, as much as you have done, and that's okay. That's all we ask for. So don't worry about it. Just submit and you will learn. You will learn a lot. So this is just the start. Okay. So everyone, don't worry about it. Just submit whatever you have, and submit where like as soon as you can. Okay. Cool. Okay. So yeah, yeah. Okay. So any other questions, like or comments, please forward it to us. I think that's it from me. Maybe if I can hear a couple from the males as well, maybe Alab, Mogas, and Robel. Can you guys give us some insights if you have? So we will email you, I think, on Monday or early Tuesday. We will email you about that. So Moga said, I'm struggling to modularize my code. So we don't expect you to have a modular code by now. For now, it's okay to just submit your notebooks, like of course in a structured way, and we will learn how to write a modular code and object-oriented programming and so on. We will learn them and how to do them and how to apply them down the weeks. So for this week, it's not a primary requirement, but yeah. So Mogas, is that clear? Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah, Kalab, I think you can just text. But yeah, okay. Let's wait for his response, and we can end the session to that. I think Beza can give us with, if you can share in the photo.
ሰላም ኪሮ
Hi Beza, እንዴት ነሽ? ቤዛዊት
ትንሽ የኮምፒውተር ችግር ገጥሞኝ እና ምንም ታክሶቹን አልሰራውም። እንዴት ነው ወደ ቀጣይ ዊክ ማልፍ ይመስላል? ማለት ከዚህ በኋላ ብሰራ ባስተካክል ኮምፒውተር እያስተካከልኩ ነበርና
So is it fixed yet? Is it fixed?
Yes.
Now? So you still have time to work on it. So you still have time. and we will help you. If you want, we can arrange a special or one-to-one session just to help you.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't hear. Can you repeat? Is it only on my side, guys? I think I'm not hearing it.
We can't hear you.
Yeah, besides, I think we can hear you. You're on mute. So can you hear us at least? I think if you're not in a good place to talk, I think we can just yes, bro.
ኬሮድ ላይክ የሆነ ማለት የምፈልገው ነገር ነበረ። ልጅቷ ስትል ቤዛዊት አይ ቲንክ ቤዛዊት ስትል ነው የሰማሁት። እና እንትን ነው ምንድን ነው ይሄ አሁን ላይክ እኛ አክቹዋሊ ራሴን እንትን ልበልና ከአይቲ ሴክተር ምናምን ኦር ከደዚህ ኮምፒውተር ሳይንስ ኢንጂነሪንግ ምናምን አይደለም የመጣሁት እና ያው ትንሽ ባክግራውንድ ስላለኝ የተቀላቀልኩት። ግን ምንድን ነው ስትራግል ያደረገኝ ሁሉ እንትን ነው ምንድን ነው ሁሉንም ነገር ኢንስታል እያረኩ ነው እየተጠቀምኩ ያለሁት እና እንደ አዲስ ስለሆነ ነው መሰለኝ አይ ቲንክ የመጀመሪያውን ሴሽን ቪዲዮ ኢዚ አልሆነም። ይሄ ማለት ላይክ ፍሎሊ መሄድ አልቻልኩም እና በጣም ኤረሮች እየበዙ በጣም በቃ እንዴት ልበል በጣም ስትራግል እያደረግን ስለሆነ በቻላችሁት አቅም እንደዚህ ዋን ቱ ዋን የሆነ ወር ደግሞ ትንሽ ፈጠን ያለ ኮሚኒኬሽን ቢኖረን እቺን ሳምንት ለማለፍ ብቻ ሌላውን በራሳችንም ቢሆን ፊግር አውት እናደርጋለን። ግን እቺኛዋን ሳምንት ትንሽ ሚስድ ስላደረግን ትንሽ ፈጠን ያለ ሪስፖንድ ቢኖረን ደስ ነው የሚለኝ በጣም።
Okay, okay. So በዚህኛው ሳምንት ብቻ ሳይሆን for every week up to week 12 there is support. One-to-one or in a group or on Slack and on everything there is support. You just have to ask it. So if you ask for help and if you ask for one-to-one session and anything you need, we're there to help at any time, at any convenient time. So if you have like a written to us and if you have not responded, of course that's from our fault, but we always try to respond within short period of time, within 5 minutes. And we always, if you ask for it, we will always we are always ready and happy to have a one-to-one session to help you. So we do understand that not everyone comes from a programming background. We all have been there. Even some with computer background are new to these concepts. So we entirely understand this. We entirely understand that the projects could be a bit harder if you are new, and that's why we always try to help, try to give you a hands-on projects and try to give you support whenever you need it. So you just have to ask. Even now, if you want, you can. So I think there is another session going on with 1v1 with another trainee, with one of the tutors. So we are always ready and we are always available. So just keeping that in mind. But like the biggest issue that we face normal is that people don't really ask for help. So but if you ask for help, we are ready to help. So Firo and Bezos as well, if you are hearing us, so we still have time to submit. The submission is not dead, is not closed. And if you like, you can just contact one of the tutors. You can contact me or Pilimon or Mahuba, and we will hop on a call and help you. Even if one is not available, they will refer you to the other and you can have the session. So I hope that helps. Without.
Okay, thank you.
So Deborah said, I'm sorry I couldn't talk. Yes, Abbas.
ይቅርታ የመጨረሻ ጥያቄ ነው።
Yeah, please ask. Please.
የሶስቱን ሀገሮች ኮምፔር ስናደርግና ስናስገባ መጀመሪያ ለምሳሌ አንዱ ላይ ያለው አውትላየር ብዙ ሊሆን ይችላል፣ አንዱ ላይ ትንሽ ሊሆን ይችላል። ከዛ ከአውትላየር ደግሞ ሪፕሌስ እናደርገዋለን፣ ዲሊት እናደርገዋለን። ከዛ ከነዛ ውስጥ ሰብስቦ ሲመጣ ሮ ዳታው ወይም የቁጥራቸው የዳታው ቁጥር ይለያያል የሁሉም ማለት ነው። የአንዱ ለምሳሌ ወደ 100 ወደ 500 ሺህ ምናምን መጀመሪያ የሰጠን ከዛ በኋላ ሲቀና ወደ 500 ሺህ ግን የአንድ 400 ሺህ ወይ አንድ እንደዛ ነገር ይሆናል። ያን ስራ ስሰራው በአንድ ባት ሲሰራ እንትኑ በጣም ሰፋና እንደዛ ሊመጣ ይችላል።
ምኑ ሰፋ?
በዋን ወይ በአንድ ባት ሲሰራው ኤፍ ስታቱና ፒ ቫልዩ በጣም እንትን አለ እና እንደዛ ነገሮች ይችላል ወይ ቴክኒካል ጥያቄ ስለሆነ
Of course, so we should always be careful. So cleaning is not like a straightforward thing, right? So cleaning is a bit more complex, and it needs a lot of research and a lot of knowledge to do it. So I think the strategy you have followed is to remove all of the outliers or some, and to input for others, and so on and so on, right? Abbas, that was a question, and it's making an okay. So I was saying, so did you choose to remove the outliers? So different strategies. So you used different cleaning strategies for different data. Is that how you did it?
ማለት ሁለተኛ ነገር የተጠቀምኩት የመጀመሪያው አንዳንድ ቦታ ለምሳሌ ሪች ባሉ በጣም ማታ ለምሳሌ ሆኖ ኔጌቲቭ ከመጣ ግልጽ የሚያደርገው ምንድነው የማሽኑ ሰው ሊሆን ይችላል፣ ሴንሰር ችግር ሊሆን ይችላል። እነሱ እናደርግ የምችለው በገባይ ልክ ዜሮ ነው ያደረኳቸው። ከዜሮ እስከ ኔጌቲቭ ያደረገው
ሌላው ምን አደረገው? እሱን ዜሮ ስታደርገው what did you do to the others?
በሁለት ነገር ነው የከፈልኩት። የመጀመሪያው ከዜሮ እስከ ኔጌቲቭ 5 እና ከኔጌቲቭ 5 በታች ያሉ ቁጥሮች እንዳለ ሪሙቭ ነው ያደረኳቸው። ከዜሮ እስከ ኔጌቲቭ 5 ግን ሊሆን ይችላል የማሽኑ ችግር ሊሆን ይችላል በሚል የሴንሰር ችግር ሊሆን ይችላል ወይ በማታ ላይ ለምሳሌ ያው ሴንሰር ካለ ለምሳሌ ካነበበ የማሽኑ ችግር ነው የሚሆነው። ምክንያቱም ፀሐይ የለም ለመናቋር
so that's a good strategy. Understanding ጥሩ ነው። Understanding በጣም ጥሩ ነው። ስትራቴጂ የሚጠቀምኩ ደግሞ ጥሩ ነው። So maybe no, so I haven't seen the code or the data የተጠቀምኩት strategy. Maybe ምን ላይ p value ከዛ እንደመጣ I don't know. So I have to check. Maybe DM አድርግልኝና I will check it. But normally what I would do is check. So instead of making them zero, don't you think it's better to add the maximum negative value to all the data? How was that?
እንደዛ ያልኩት ለምንድን ነው? ኔጌቲቭ የመጣባቸው ለምሳሌ ሳያቸው በብዛት ማለት ነው ማታ ላይ የመጣባቸው
so እሱ እኮ የመጣበትን እኮ አይደንቲፋይ አድርገናል። ባለፈው on the session when we were talking we said that so the sensors get really hot in the daytime and like the configuration becomes loose, right? So on night time like እንትናቸውን ያጣሉ። so ሴንሰሮቹ they lose their calibration and on night time they became negative, right? When they should be zero. So instead, so to make sure that they are like the lowest point is zero, you can add the maximum negative value to all of them so that the minimum becomes zero, which is at midnight it becomes zero and it will start to rise after that. But this is just a suggestion, of course, but yours also works, I believe. Of course it's a different approach, but I think I have to check the code and your strategy in order to understand why the p-value became high. So I should check that.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, Deborah said the problem was a bit difficult for me with no prior experience to project with a specific timeline and also specific levels. On top of that, was this mess with Git bunch took me days, my days that I like to work on the data profile. Besides, my learning rate has been improving, and I look forward to improving my skills to make better use of my time here. Thank you for it. So, yeah. So, Deborah, that's what this training is all about. So, like almost everyone who comes here doesn't have a lot of experience, a lot of prior experience. A lot of people start from zero here. But if you trust the project, if you trust the process, if you trust us, if you trust the process, if you ask the tutors or your peers for help to get the help that you need, don't worry about it. Like you will feel more comfortable within the next few weeks. So don't worry about that. I would like just try to submit what you have. So that's the best. Like if you ask me for an advice, for me, for everyone here, I would suggest that you submit whatever you have. So whatever you have done, we don't expect it to be perfect. We don't expect it to be the best thing. We just expect you to submit. So if you submit, it just shows that you're trying, which is what we look for. So yeah, I think I just wanted to add that. But yeah, I think Mahbuba, I think if there is no more questions, I think we can end the session here. Thank you guys so much. And I think this is going to be the last session. I think at least online session for week 0. So see you guys on Slack, and we will reach out to you guys soon. Have a great day.